What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Welcome back to another Matt Perry 2 video. We're going to be talking about my stock portfolio because that's primarily what we talk about here. But since it's the beginning of the month, we're going to go through all of our dividends that we received for last month. Now, last month was not a quarterly month, it was just a regular month, so we won't have as many dividends, but it still should be a decent payout. And as we move along and we see our dividend account grow, we should see the monthly amount grow as well. So we'll go through all of that in this video. If you guys could, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out any of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. You can check out my link for Patreon, for Twitter, that should be down there, as well as all of the links for like Robinhood and Webull and any platform that you really want to get started with creating your own dividend portfolio. Because like I said, I got started with $62. Yes, I did continuously put money in there, and anytime I came into extra money, I would throw more money in there, right? But I'm able to grow that to a certain level just by, instead of saving it into a bank account, I could put it over here. So if you want to start your own account, feel free to check out my link for Robinhood. It does help out because I get a free stock, as well as you guys getting a free stock. If you're over on Webull, you get free stocks as well. So just feel free to check those links out down below. But last month we talked about my dividend portfolio, and honestly, I don't know how much it was at. I think it was at like 170 something, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to check it again, and then maybe I'll be right. But I believe it was below 180,000, and now we're sitting above that $180,000 mark, which is great. But we still have a long ways to go if we're trying to get to our goal of 250,000 by the end of the year. Now, that means that I have to deposit a lot more. We're not going to see that growth. But currently, we stand at $181,025, $46.42. We are down $1,730 today, about 1% today. Things aren't really looking good in the overall markets, and we can always go through that information as to why. But the markets are falling nonetheless. It's not something that I care about short term because this is a long term portfolio that I will hold for years and honestly decades. I don't plan on making any short term moves unless it's to buy new positions that are going to pay me a dividend in the future, give me growth as well as a dividend. So different positions that I hold in my portfolio. I have DHS in my possession. I have SPHD, which is a monthly paying position. I have FDVV, and if you didn't see my recent post, I made a video about kind of going all in on FDVV, and we'll talk more about that as the months and weeks and all that stuff go on. SCHD, a Charles Schwab ETF. I have VYM. A lot of people know what that is. I have SPYD, ticker symbol O, which is Realty Income. A lot of people have that within their dividend portfolio. Nike, I invested at a lower price of about 70-ish dollars. It's currently at 74, so I am up on that, but I would love to invest more. I'm a huge Nike fan, and I would just like to be paid that dividend as well as see the growth within it. Coca-Cola, I have 60 shares of that. The SPY, I only have 3.5 shares of it. PRF, I have 21 shares of that. The Dow, I have 2 shares of it. Microsoft, I have less than 1 share, less than a half a share, honestly. JEPI, I have 429 shares. And Target in my possession, I have 61 shares of that. If we look at the growth over the last week, it has fallen by about $800 or a 0.5%. In the last month, it's up by about 2.6% or $4,600. In 3 months, it's up by $10,000 or about 6%. Year to date, for January all the way until now, which is September, we're looking at about 5.6%, or $9,625. In the last year, 365 days, we're looking at $6,000 or about 4% worth of a gain. In all history, which is about 2-ish years, we're looking at 9.45% or $15,000, almost $16,000. Now, let's go into what we were paid in dividends. I want to go into the small amount of dividends that I am paid. If you don't know, if it's not a quarterly month, all the dividends or all the positions that I have aren't going to pay me dividends. Only the monthly ones are going to pay me dividends. So if you're new to understanding dividend portfolios, you can find monthly, you can find quarterly ones. The monthly ones are great because then you can get paid consistently. But the quarterly ones, you still get paid, the same amount if it was like monthly, but you get paid, 3 sets of that all into one lump sum, if that makes sense. So currently, the dividends that I received in August 5th, I received a dividend from JP Morgan Equity Premium of $152.57. On August 11th, I received one from the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is about 42 cents. Dividend that I received from Realty Income on August 15th, $63.09. Another dividend on August 22nd. Invesco S&P 500 High Dividend Low Volatility ETF, that is SPHZ. And then Wisdom Tree US High Dividend Fund, I received $47.41 there. And I don't know if I said it, but $84.43 there. So the total, we'll go through this. If we bring up my dividend tracker spreadsheet, right, we have 2024, we have 2025, all the way until August, which is the last month that we received a total of $347.92. The average that I wanted to see, the number that I wanted to see is about $396.22. So we are lower than that, but it is lower than the amount, or higher than the amount that we thought we were going to receive in the beginning of the year. And obviously that's because of the growth and the added amounts that we add to it. So last month we received $353.44, and this month we're at $347.92. My goal still stands here of $250,000. I'm $69,000 off. I don't know. It all depends on how much I gain in the cryptocurrency market and how much I'm going to put towards my long term rather than, holding for taxes as well as the long term that's there. So, yeah, $347.92 is what I received for the month of August. Now, if we break this down and kind of sum this up, it's going to give us the total number that we received for the year, which is about $4,000. And if we divide it by 7, or actually, I think we have to divide it by 8, right? We divide it by 8, we have about $498.28 is what the average is per month. And now, what does suck is the fact that I thought we would see an average of about $600 per month, but we're not seeing that. And this is even with the lower numbers, lower amounts, right? So I don't know. But, we're still sitting pretty, receiving about $500, every month if we, kind of add it or take out the quarterly paying positions and kind of make them monthly. We're around $500 per month, which I will take it any day of the week with $180,000 sitting in this portfolio. I want to grow this to 250, then to 500, to be able to collect on the dividends as we move along, make my money work for me. But that's where we stand. Very simple, very straight to the point. I have decided to make other investments to where now I'm not going all in on SCHD. It is a heavy part of my portfolio right now, about 26%. And I want to bring in some more technology-based ETFs like an FDVV, or honestly invest into the SPY, but the SPY just, it doesn't have a high enough dividend, right? It's more consistency and less of that dividend payout. I want a mixture of both. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this portfolio. No matter what you let me think or what you let me know, I'm not going to make a change based on your strategy. I'll make a change based on my strategy. But what I will do is consider what you have and the growth within it. And hopefully we can see some success. And I'll let you guys know, obviously, if I make that move. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.